Hello, good evening, and welcome to a conversation and a little bit of a sermon stroke message on perseverance. So, for those who don't know the Christ side of me, this is for both believers and non-believers and everyone out there. Not necessarily rooted in scripture if you don't believe it, however, has scriptural roots. And the word of the Lord came to me today from Romans 8 verse 28, which says, and we, meaning my audience out there, the global community, all 7 or 8 billion of you tuning in, thank you. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, and to them who are called according to his purpose. So, this is how I want to put it to you. Everyone who believes in God or doesn't believe in God has something to persevere from. So I'm going to go back into it and just kind of like take the word per se apart a little bit more and just uncover a little bit of it. Now, we, obviously everyone out there, we all know that all things, everything you want to do, have done, thinking of, the plans you want, the person you want to fall in love with, everything that you want to do in business, everything that you feel you have a desire to do, right? It could be anything, carpentry, a social media guru, it could be anything. However, all things work together for the good of those. Now the bit here with for those, so this is the part where, please forgive me, but I am separating people from Bible believing people and non-believing. It says, now I'm taking it from scriptural, so this is theology, right? It says for those, meaning the ones who are separated, who love God. You could be a denomination, a non-denomination, and I am going to say other things which is controversial for some people. I will also say Muslims, Hindus, and Sikhs potentially, depending on obviously their interpretation of God. It doesn't mean that they're not going to get the good thing. However, from the Christian point of view, this says that to them who love God, that means that you have to be living a Matthew 6:33 lifestyle as a believer, right? That means you put God first in absolutely everything. Getting on your knees in the morning, getting on your knees before you get into bed, that's part of what I do. Sorry, it's just part of life, right? It's called gratitude. When you are grateful before God, for the weight training session in the gym, anything, you put him first in everything, and he will give you your desires, the desires of your heart, because you are showing him that you love him. So, and it goes further, and to them. Now this goes a bit further, so forgive me, but for those who are called according to his purpose. Now, if you're a Bible believer, please don't hate me. If you're not, you should be okay with this. However, picking it back up, right, it says, for those who are called according to his purpose. In my opinion, and at the age of 44, I know everyone has a destiny per se, or something they should be doing. However, not everyone, for example, is called into ministry, meaning church stuff. Not everyone is called to be, like me, a personal trainer or nutrition coach. Not everyone is called by God or by their instinct to do hairdressing, manicure, technician, nail technician. Not everyone's called to be a professional engineer, an archaeologist, anything, a clothing designer or a barber. However, when you are called according to God's purpose, He has things in store for you, and the former and the latter rain will come down as well. So, going further. Now, excuse me, as a personal trainer, I want to talk about perseverance through the storms and going through things that help you. So, we're going to go into the gym because I am a personal trainer. We're going to get a prop as well because y'all need to train and exercise. Now, perseverance through the storm or perseverance in life. When you do exercise, one of the biggest things that happens to your body physiologically is, wait for it, dopamine. Wow. Yes, guys, you get a dopamine reaction. Now, what is a dopamine reaction? Well, it's quite simple, really. You basically get a healthy reaction. You essentially, bear with me, you get a feel-good factor. This feel-good factor is designed in order to give you basically a desire to persevere more and run after that particular thing you are looking for. So it could be, you've got books here in this room called Think and Grow Rich. You could be looking to persevere in your business studies, in your medical career, in bioscience, pharmaceutical industry, nutrition for myself, writing a book. It could be absolutely anything you want. But you need to persevere through the storm because storms come, challenges come. However, when you get dopamine, the key ingredient, which can be gathered or garnered through other things which are not necessarily healthy, and I will list them. Sugar rush, junk food, dopamine reaction to the salt and the high fat. You still get a feel good feeling. Alcohol, too much of it, clearly. Caffeine, Red Bull, guilty a little bit sometimes. Too much coffee, yes. These are also things which help to elicit dopamine reactions. However, these are the dopamine reactions which you don't need because you are overstimulating yourself and not stimulating yourself through exercise or meditation or the type of music you should be listening to, or going out having a walk in a park when the sun's out. These are the things that give you the right dopamine. Kettlebell classes, weight training, calisthenics, running inside, outside on the treadmills, riding a bike with your family, taking a child to the park and go for swings. These are forms of exercise and also things which give dopamine. They help you persevere through things because they literally give you something tangible. You feel better, you go after it. And also when you eat of the good of the land, yes, I dropped the word. When you eat of the good of the land, it's written in the Old Testament and the New Testament many times and in many ways and variations. You are going to get dopamine reactions. You're going to feel good, look good, feel better. You're more able to sleep correctly, and all these other things shall be added unto you, as it is written in a section of Matthew 6:33. And with that, guys, I'm going to leave you with it. If anyone has any questions, whether you're a Bible believer or not, it's up to you to watch this. But thank you very much to my subscribers for listening to my message and my I call it a sermon, essentially, on perseverance through the storm, my variation. Thank you very much for watching this, and to all those who I love, adore, and the family of my future, thank you also for watching it. Love you all, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Shalom.